Hello, friends. How you doing? Day 870. Hope you're awesome. I just want to come in and share with you a little bit about what I just learned. So I was on a webinar just now. I actually got off about 15 minutes ago. It was from the Rochester Lifestyle Medicine Institute. I think their website is .org. Anyway, they were just sharing about their program, what they're doing, and the the opportunity to actually be able to have a doctor who practices the lifestyle medicine to actually treat you as a patient. And so I found that actually very, very interesting to me because health has always been a huge thing to me. And I think in general, doctors, they are trained and taught how to treat diseases, not necessarily prevention and what have you, right? They're usually just prescribing. Well, this is Western medicine, anyways, and a lot of times they haven't learned much about nutrition or what have you. I know this was, a while back. It was before. Hopefully that has changed, and hopefully they've thrown in some nutrition courses and so forth through med school. Even the Canadian Health Food Guide has recommended whole food plant-based eating, and so things change over time as new studies come out with different results to let us know what is actually good for our bodies and our health. And so for me, I always believe in the power of prevention versus treating after you get something. And so obviously for me this is very interesting. For me, I'd rather just feel well and be well versus having to even feel bad if I ever get something, right? So for this, they actually they are offering an opportunity to actually have telehealth medicine, meaning you can actually have a video call with a doctor and talk about you and your lifestyle and actually get to know you and have a personal relationship. And so I find that fascinating. In Canada, our healthcare is paid by our taxes. And so we can just go whenever. I know in the States you have to pay for it unless you have insurance. And so I think this is more for Americans, really, I believe. But I think it's a nice option to have because I love to be able to actually talk to a doctor who not only just tells me what to do, but is actually living the lifestyle themselves. And so they had a Q&A at the end. They talked about, okay, well, what will we talk about in the session? And they have minimum 30-minute sessions, but preferably an hour and it's preferred both by the doctor and the patients, they said. Because that way you can really get into your history of stuff. You can upload test results, lab results, so forth. And I think that's actually really important. And so, they asked, okay, what would you discuss? So they talk about, basically your lifestyle. What type of foods are you currently eating? What type of movement or exercise do you have currently in your life? How do you de-stress? What do you do with the community? What's your sense of purpose? Even their oral hygiene, and then also talking about, what's your why, right? What's important to you? And so they actually really get to know you. So I think, wow, that's really cool. And so I think that would be a great option for people. Obviously, they said that for the most people, they have to pay out of pocket. They said that if you're in the States, Medicare does not reimburse you in any way, shape, or form at this time. And let's see, the cost for it is $175 for a 30-minute session or $350 for an hour session. That's if you're a new patient or returning patient, it really doesn't matter. And so, if you really think about it, like, is that expensive? It depends. I think the most important thing is how either way you have to pay when it comes to looking after your health. You either pay in terms of medication and pain when you're older, or you can pay now in terms of eating better, taking supplements, working out, living a healthy lifestyle. So either way you have to pay, right? And so I think it's just good to have an option to actually be able to talk to a doctor who's actually aligned with your values and how you want to live. Now, that's my thoughts. I thought if you've never heard about it, I just thought I'd just share with you that there is that opportunity for people. If you want, this is just one company. I'm sure there's others, or it will be an option for many others. But let me see here. There's a couple of notes that I took here. Oops. Okay. So a couple of things that people had asked is that it does insurance cover, and right now essentially they said no, but that could be changed as they work with different insurance providers. Let's see here. It's called Love.life telehealth. You can check that out if you want. And the last thing I'll share here is, so people, beforehand they were kind of worried, can we actually get adequate health care virtually? Because most people, they want to see the doctor, get in person, especially have something ailing, right? And I think COVID answered that question. When we were forced to socially distance and not allowed to actually see each other in person, well, guess what? That's where all our healthcare was done through. All the health appointments with your doctors were virtual. And then the other concern that many people had was, is this based on medicine? And for their company, they're all MDs, and so yes. But yeah, a lot of times we worry, we're not sure something works, but I think things, especially with technology evolving, there's many ways of doing one thing. And so I really like the idea of having, like I said, someone who aligns with my values, how I want to live my life, and can actually help me walk through some things. Of course, if you have something major, you got to go, into the hospital, whatever, make sure it's taken a look at, right? And so, I just want to share with you that what I learned, and that it is an option for people to have doctors that aren't just prescribing medication. And that's it. And so, for me, like I said, I like to live a life where it's holistic, where it's as natural as possible, what do you call it? Whole food, plant-based eating. And so it definitely aligns with me. So that's why I actually enjoy listening to these webinars and learning as much as I can, making sure that my choices are as healthy as possible. And so I'm just sharing some of that with you. And so, I just encourage you, go do some research, my friends, see how you can live your best life. And of course, health is wealth. Without your health, you have nothing, as we have learned through COVID. Anyways, I love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.